Welcome back. I'm Raj Venugopal. Today we are going to discuss about ADF Security Framework. We are going to use the ADF Security Framework to create the login credential, login screen, and finally logout. So what I just did is I just created a sample application. Like I call it a security demo. And then what I did is I just copied a random image and the images folder just for so that we can use in the welcome screen. And so let's get started. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a simple view for now. So if you look at the web content and adfc-config.xml, that's the unbounded task flow. So at this time we don't have anything at this time. Let's drag and drop a view and let's call it as welcome. Let me double click it, and then the welcome gets created. Let's say use the blank page. I'm not using any page template. I'm going to use a blank page for now. So this will create a view for us. Now, in order to show something, we need to have some text indicating that's a welcome screen. So let me pull a panel stretch layout here. And then, okay, now let me go ahead and drag and drop the image to have a logo or something like that. Let me drag and drop the image now. The images, I'm going to have source as images/logo.png, and in the short description I'm going to say my company logo. Okay, and then say okay. So that's that gets created here, and that's too big. So what I do here is let's go to the source code. Let's right click and surround it with the control panel group layout. That will fix the stretch issue. Okay, and then let's look at it. Okay, not bad. And at the end, let's do one thing. Let's drag and drop a link. Drag and drop a go link here and end. Okay, let me call it as logout. And then let me status indicator. Let me drag and drop the status indicator as well. So that's available as part of here. So when you look at it, the panel group layout automatically gets created. I'm just going to have the layout as horizontal instead of scroll. Okay, that should do it. And then if you want anything further, we can keep adding it. Let me drag and drop an output text here. And then let me see welcome. Say new, welcome new user. When we have the username, we can display it here. And this looks right. It's in the panel stretch layout. Let's go at the panel stretch layout. Here, let's say end with say 150, something like that. So that should fix the layout issue here. Okay, now it looks good. The welcome page is created. This is good enough. Framework. All you have to do here is you just at the application level right click it and then the secure and then configure ADF security. So this will open up the enable ADF security pop-up. So all you have to do is you have to select the security model. I'm going to choose ADF authentication on authorization. So I've selected the first one and then say next. And these are the different types of authentication type. I'm going to use the form-based authentication type. For that, I don't have any login page and or the error page created. So I'm going to say generate the default pages. So this will create a very simple login and error page. I'm going to say next. No grant resources. At this time, there's no access. I'm going to say OK. And then, once after successfully authenticated, where do you want to redirect the login page? I want my, after successful authentication, I want to redirect to the welcome page. So when I look at it, okay. So, and then say next. So this is very important. If you take a close look at it, there are close to 5 XML files gets updated. Now adf-config.xml file. So this is one of the main configuration file that gets updated. This is the one which enforces the applications to have authentication and authorization service. If you look at the XML file, the authentication will be enforced, authorization required flag will be set, and you'll see the tag that enforces these two features. And if you go to the web.xml, this is where the form-based authentication, when we created the authentication, we selected the form-based security model. So the form and all these informations are updated at the web.xml. And if you look at the weblogic.xml, this is where it defines the security context. Like for example, the ADF uses JAS, Java Authentication Security Service. So this is where it is defined. If you go to look at the JSON-data.xml, this is where the user credential and the role credential will be saved. Right now, the users and roles are not created, but this is where the information will be stored. Right now what we are doing is we are enforcing the ADF authentication and authorization. We have not created a user and or roles, so that will happen here. We'll be seeing it shortly. And jps-config.xml is where the applications know where to find the json-data.xml and other configuration files. So this is pretty important. Let me say next. Structure supporting your configuration selection has been created. That's very good. Let me say OK. Now, if you look at it, we have enforced the authentication authorization service. If you look at here, it created the login page. It created the login page for us. It's very basic. And if you look at the error page, it's again pretty simple. So that's good. Now let's right click on application, go to secure, and then create users. Now at the users, so this is what you see. Actually what we are doing is you are opening json-data.xml file. This is one of the file, as I mentioned, this is the file where we store user credential. Now let's go ahead and create a user. Let's call it as user1. Password is, this is very important. There is a requirement for the password. It has to be minimum of 8 characters, and there should be at least one numeric character in the password. Otherwise, what will happen is you won't notice it. The password and the confirm password will become blank, and when you are running the service, you will get an error during runtime. So you have to make sure that you use something of 8 characters, and at least one character must be numeric. So I just created I just created a password, and then display name is, I will just say user1 and user1 description. Go here. Okay, so the user is created. Let's save this. Let's go to the application roles. So first the users is created. Next, let's go to the application roles. I'm going to create a new role. Let me call it as admin role. You can call whatever you would like to call it. I'm just going to have I'm going to create a new role called admin role, and I want to map this to a user. So I'm going to map this role to to the user I just created, user 1. And then if you look at it, that's done. So I created here in the users tab, I created the user. In the application roles section, I created a new role called admin role and associate the admin role to user 1. Let me save it. Now I need to grant the resource. I want to add. If you go to this section, if you look at these are the resource type. Let's go to the web page. Right now we don't have anything here. That's because the page definition file is not created. Let's go. This is our login page. Say right click and then go to page definition. So this page does not currently have a page definition. Do you want to create a new one for this page? Say yes. So a page definition file is now created, and then let's go and save it. And then now do the same thing. Go to json-data.xml where you can specify the grants. So let's go to the secure. We just completed the application roles, right? So this is where we were at before. If you look at the admin roles, we created the admin roles and it's tied to the user 1. And this is json-data.xml. Now let's go to the resource grant. Let's select the resource type as web page, and if you look at it, now we see the landing page, welcome page. Select here. Now grant it to, you can either grant it to the user directly or to the application role. I'm going to give access to the role I created, and then say okay. I'm going to give view access, just the view access to that role. So by giving access to the role, I'm giving access to that user as well. Okay, because the user has admin role access. I'm going to save this one. So we are done. I'm just going to call it as it is security context username. Okay, and then I'm going to have one more space here. Say and this for the space. So what we have is welcome. We are going to display the username here, and in the log out, let's do this one. And let's say destination. Let's add ADF authentication, and then logout equal to true or something like that. You can just make it better. If you go to the login page, well, I'll just add black and make this one as white. Let's go to the welcome page. Let's go to the welcome.jsf and let's run. This is going to redirect to the login page, and we already made some changes to login page to look a little bit different, not much different, a little bit different than the default one. I'm going to give the username, I'm going to type the username password, and that's it. The login page is created and we are in the summary page, and then we can use the logout button to log out from the application. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have any question, put that in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer your question. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.